Imagine landing at an international airport. You hand over your passport, and within seconds, the room goes silent. The officials stare at you, not with confusion, but with fear. Because according to every map, every record, every law of reality, your country does not exist. This is not science fiction. This is not a creepypasta. In the 1950s, a man arrived at a European airport claiming to be from a nation called Taured, and then he vanished. This is the true mystery of the man from Taured. The year is 1954. Commercial air travel is booming. Europe is rebuilding after war. Borders matter. Papers matter. Airports are strict, but predictable. Until one ordinary afternoon, when everything breaks. The man approaches customs. Mid-40s, well-dressed, calm. He hands over his passport. It looks real. Stamps, visas, wear and tear. But the country of origin stops the officer cold. Taured. The officer assumes it's a mistake or a joke. Where is Taured? The man points, confidently, to Europe, right between France and Spain. But there's nothing there. Only Andorra. Officials bring out maps, atlases, wall charts. The man frowns. That's impossible, he says. Taured has existed for over 1,000 years. The man doesn't panic. He presents evidence. Driver's license, Taured. Business cards, Taured. Bank documents, Taured. Even visas from countries that do exist. All stamped without issue. He claims to work for a company that has existed for decades. Officials call the company. It's real. The address? Taured. Now it's his turn to be confused. He insists he's traveled here many times before. Same routes. Same airport. Why is this suddenly a problem? Unable to explain it, authorities detain him. Not arrested. Not charged. Just held. Until they can't understand. How a man from nowhere arrived from somewhere. He's placed in a nearby hotel. 2 guards outside his door. No windows that open. No reason to believe. This night will be anything but long. Before leaving him alone, an official asks, if Taured doesn't exist, where are you from? The man answers calmly, from where I've always been. The next morning, guards return. They open the door. The room is empty. The windows are sealed. Guards never left their posts. No one entered. No one exited. The man from Taured is gone. His documents vanish. His file disappears. Even reports of the incident quietly fade from record. All that remains is the story. So the question isn't who he was. The question is, where'd he go? And more terrifying still, what if he went back? Stories like this aren't supposed to survive. No body, no suspect, no paperwork. Yet whispers spread, pass between airport staff, police offices, and government desks. A man appeared, and then reality quietly swallowed him. Officials reopened the case internally. Not publicly, not officially. Every involved officer is questioned separately. Their stories match, down to details no one should remember the same way. The passport is described in detail. Paper quality, ink, serial numbers. Experts agree on one chilling fact. It was authentic, just not from this world. Investigators compare global maps from different countries. One map briefly shows an anomaly, a smudge, a name scratched out, as if something once existed, and was removed. The man insisted Taured bordered Andorra, but Andorra's borders have never changed. Unless they did, and no one remembers. His bank confirms accounts dating back decades. Transactions, taxes, travel expenses, all legitimate, all tied to an address that cannot exist. This wasn't a drifter. He had a career, colleagues, a life built over time, a past that required thousands of people to be involved in the lie, or none at all. Theory 1, an elite fraudster, a genius con. But no forger could fabricate this level of consistency across borders, systems, and decades. Theory 2, delusion. But delusions don't create real documents, and they don't fool governments. Theory 3, governments erase Taured. A nation quietly dissolved, but erasing borders is easy. Erasing memory is not. Then comes the theory no one wants to say aloud. What if Taured exists? Just not here, What if borders shift, not only in space, but between realities? A wrong flight, a wrong moment, a man steps through a crack in the world, unaware it even exists. If this was an accident, why him? Why Taured? And how many others might have crossed unnoticed? After weeks of inquiry, the investigation stops. No report, no conclusion, just silence. But one question remains unanswered. If the man returned to his world, what did he tell them about us? And what if someone comes looking for him? For years, the man from Taured was treated as an isolated anomaly, a glitch, a one-time mistake, until investigators noticed something disturbing. He wasn't alone. Reports surface quietly. Travelers with outdated currencies. People referencing cities that used to exist, or never did. Most are dismissed. A few are documented. One man insists it's 1876. Another swears a war never happened. A woman breaks down when told her country collapsed decades ago. Their memories are intact. Ours are the ones that disagree. Witnesses recant. Files disappear. People who spoke up suddenly can't remember why they were questioned, as if the world is correcting itself. Decades later, the term appears. The Mandela effect. Shared memories of events that never happened, or happened differently. But what if these aren't false memories? What if they're souvenirs? Borders feel solid, but history says otherwise. Empires rise. Maps change. Nations vanish. What if some don't vanish? They just move. Some researchers propose a theory. Taured exists in a timeline where Andorra never did. A near-identical Earth. One small difference. Enough to change everything. Certain locations appear again and again. Airports, borders, remote roads, places of transition, places where worlds may brush against each other. One guard later admits something unsettling. He didn't see the man leave. He saw him stop being there. Another official recalls a detail never recorded. The man looked relieved, not afraid, as if he finally understood what was happening to him. What if the man from Taured wasn't an explorer, but a refugee? Someone whose world no longer aligned with ours. Someone the universe corrected. If some crossed accidentally, not all may have returned. And if they stayed, would they even know? Think carefully. Is there something you remember clearly that everyone else insists is wrong? Are you sure you're mistaken? Reality works because we agree on it. The moment that agreement cracks, stability vanishes. The man from Taured may be gone, but the conditions that brought him here still exist. And if worlds can overlap once, they can overlap again. By the end of the investigation, nothing was solved. No culprit identified. No mistake corrective. Only one fact remained undeniable. A man existed and then didn't. Countries are agreements. Lines on paper. Share belief. If everyone agrees something exists, it does. So what happens when belief diverges? Strip away a nation. What's left of a person? Name, memories, purpose. The man from Taured lost none of these, except the one thing tying him to reality. Imagine he hadn't vanished. No homeland, no records. A ghost forced to pretend. This world was always his. Or maybe he returned home, to a world where we don't exist, where his story is told in reverse, about a strange land called Earth. We assume our reality is the default, but defaults are just what we're used to. Stability may be temporary. Airports exist between places. Not here, not there. If reality has weak points, they would look exactly like this. Even today, stories continue. Passports flagged for impossible reasons. Travelers questioning maps. Moments dismissed as error. Because the alternative is terrifying. Maybe forgetting is a defense. A way to keep reality functioning. The mind edits what it can't reconcile. If Taured slipped into our world once, who's to say it didn't happen again? Or that it didn't happen to you? Certainty is comforting, but it may also be an illusion. The man from Taured lost his certainty first. This story isn't a warning about travel. It's a warning about assumptions, about believing the world must behave consistently. If the world changes slowly enough, we won't notice. We'll just remember differently. Somewhere, there may be a man insisting He once visited a country that doesn't exist, and somewhere else. He's absolutely right. The man from Taured vanished. But the question remains, did he cross into our world, or did we cross into his?